Hi everyone, this is Crafty Decoria, and today I want to bring to you a very simple but sweet DIY. This DIY is for the fall, and this especially works great for anyone who loves a pumpkin spice latte. But this would be great for a teacher, a friend, a family member, any loved one. And as I said, it is very simple. And it's a very sweet and thoughtful way just to say thank you to someone, or one of those just because gifts. I go to the Dollar Tree weekly. I love my local Dollar Trees. But as I go, I see more and more winter and Christmas items, and it almost seems like fall has already passed us by. I wait for fall all year because it is my favorite season, as I've heard with many others that fall is their favorite time of year. So I think this is just a sweet little way to remind us that we're still in the fall season, and just to say thank you. And again, as I said, it's just one of those just because kind of gifts. So without further ado, let's jump into the tutorial. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so to begin, I have my tumbler and my pumpkin. Now this tumbler is not going to be used for drinking. It will only be for decorative purpose, and also just to place something inside. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see on the top of the lid, there is a little flap. And I'm just going to pull that back. There is a little plastic lip sticking out, and that'll just if you push down on that little flap, it'll clip in place. Now I will probably glue that down just so that it stays in place. Then I'm going to take my pumpkin, and I will be using my E6000 glue as well as my hot glue to just glue this in place, and it will be sitting on an angle just like that. Okay, so once you have glued that flap down, just go ahead and unscrew the lid from the cup, because you just want to make sure that any E6000 or hot glue does not drip onto the part that screws onto the cup, because you want to be able to take it off and put it on. So now I'm just going to go ahead and now glue my pumpkin onto the lid. And again, it will be sitting on an angle. I will be working on the cup portion of the DIY. Now I want to write something on this middle band here, and so I'm going to write pumpkin spice here, and then when you turn it around, I want to write thanks a latte. Now for this, I will be using the glitter letter stickers from the Dollar Tree, and they are by Forever in Time. And a lot of times you can find them in the wedding section. So these packages are great because they do have duplicates of each letter, and of the letter A they actually have 3. So I will be using a little bit of hot glue on the back of these stickers just to make sure that they do stay in place, since this is not a flat surface. And I also went ahead and just added a piece of tape just to act as a guide so that I'm putting the letters on fairly straight. Okay guys, so I had to make a little adjustment. Now normally when I made these in the past, what I would use is a stencil, and they are the stencils from Dollar Tree from the Jot brand. And I would normally just paint in the letters, and then I would use glitter glue and just put glitter on them. But because I seen that I had bought these previously at the Dollar Tree, I thought I would try these glitter letters. However, they were not working good with the hot glue, because as soon as I would put the hot glue, where the diamonds were, it worked fine, but where there's just glitter, they would curl up. So that wasn't working. So what I ended up doing is I just ended up putting the letters directly on the cup and not on the rubber holder. And it works great because now I know that I could just go level with the edge of the rubber to make the lettering straight. And I went ahead and put Mod Podge underneath, but in all honesty, these stickers stick fairly well that you could probably just stick them right on and they would be fine. But I'm just putting a little bit of Mod Podge underneath just to give some extra durability so that the letters will stay adhered to the cup. So now I'm going to go ahead continuing with my Mod Podge and then just placing the stickers directly above and directly below this rubber rim. Okay, now with the top of the pumpkin, I want to make it over a little bit. I'm going to be taking my white acrylic paint that I purchased from the Dollar Tree, and I will be painting about 3/4 of the pumpkin as well as the stem. Once that has dried, I will take my fabric glitter paint and I will apply some of this all over the top so that it resembles either pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, or nutmeg. I have finished painting my pumpkin. I applied actually three coats of the white acrylic paint, and I kind of and then I added my fabric glitter paint. So I think that looks really cute. It looks like I just sprinkled some cinnamon or pumpkin spice, pumpkin pie spice or nutmeg on top. So now I want to insert a straw. And you can use plastic straws from the Dollar Tree. This was a really great buy. There are 80 straws in this package, and they are spoon scoop straws. So you can use these, but if you don't want to use something plastic, you can also purchase at the Dollar Tree these wood dowels. You get 15 in a pack, so you'd have a lot left over for some other DIYs. But for today, I will be using this pen that I found at the Dollar Tree. Now, I will be removing the feather and I will be wrapping the pen in jute twine. But I really like this pen because the cap is rounded all the way around. There's no arm on it. And so what I will be doing is sticking this part, the cap, into the pumpkin and gluing it in. And then whatever part of the cap is exposed, I will wrap that in the jute twine as well. This way it is not only decorative but also practical. And again, I think this would make a great teacher's gift, or for anyone that has a desk, this would make really cute fall decor. Okay, so I already poked my hole in the pumpkin, and for this I just took the end of my paintbrush and poked a hole through. Once I got the hole in the pumpkin, I then took my pen and I just stuck it in the hole and then very carefully just circled the pen to widen the hole so that the cap would fit in nice and snug. Now with the cap, I will only be gluing it about halfway in. Then with this part here that is exposed, I will be wrapping the jute twine around. Then I will take my jute twine and I will wrap my pen. Now again, I will be taking this feather off, but I will start wrapping from this point on because this part sticks or sits inside of the cap. So from this point all the way to the end, I will wrap with the jute twine, so that way when it does go into the cap, it'll look like one complete piece. Okay, so I have finished gluing on my jute twine to the pen as well as the cap. Now I just want to make sure, if you decide to make this DIY, whether you're using the pen or you're gluing in a straw or a wooden dowel, I would recommend that you only use E6000 glue and not hot glue. Being that I made a hole, if you go and put hot glue inside of that hole, it's going to melt the styrofoam on the inside of that hole, the area surrounding the hole. And it's going to make the pumpkin weaker in that area. So E6000 glue will hold in the cap or the straw or the dowel enough just to keep it in place. But we don't want to weaken the pumpkin, so no hot glue. Now, all I have left to do before adding some stuff inside of the mug or the tumbler, I'm just going to add a little bit of jute twine to cover this lip here, as well a few rows to the bottom of the tumbler so that the jute twine is flowing from the top all the way through to the bottom. Okay everyone, so I finished the pumpkin spice tumbler and I think it turned out great. So here I added the jute twine to the bottom as well to the lip around the lid. And I wanted to point out as well that these glitter stickers do come in gold, and I wish I had the gold for this because being that there is some gold in the pumpkin, I think the gold letters would have really complemented the pumpkin and just stood out a lot nicer. But I only had the silver and I still think it turned out really, really cute. Now I'm just going to show you how I would put this together to give to someone. I just took a treat bag. I had purchased these at the Dollar Tree. They came in a pack of 20 and they have candy corn all over. And I just put some chocolates on the inside and tied it in a knot. Then I would take a instant vanilla latte. Well, for this I would use the pumpkin spice latte, but I didn't have any more on hand, so I'm just using this to show you. And then just place these inside of the tumbler. Now also, I would normally get a gift card to a Starbucks, or here in Canada we have Tim Hortons, and then I would place that inside as well. Now I'm just going to put the lid on, and I'm just gonna grab my pen and place that in the top. And there is our pumpkin spice tumbler, and how cute is that? I'm really so happy with how it turned out. Now just remember, when you are inserting your pen or straw or wooden dowel, just make sure you use the E6000 glue or the pumpkin will become really weak. If you do decide to use the pen, if your pen ever runs out, just get another pen, wrap the pen in the jute twine. You want to make sure that it fits in the cap that's already in there, and you're good to go. If you don't want to use the pen, again, just use the straw that I showed you at the beginning. I just cut it down a little bit, place that inside, and that looks really cute. Or if you want to just keep it really more rustic looking, then go ahead and take one of those wooden dowels from the Dollar Tree and then place that inside, and it looks really great. I really love this little DIY. It's just really simple to make, and it's a great gift to give to a loved one. So if you liked this DIY, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, guys, take care, and of course, thanks a latte.